GloRilla's marijuana arrest. Are we missing the real crimes? I'm attorney Martin Nicholson from the law office of Martin Nicholson, and this is your Nicholson nugget of the day. When priorities get twisted, entertainment versus enforcement. Listen, in a bizarre twist of legal priorities, you just will not believe this chart-topping rapper GloRilla, Gloria Woods, went from electrifying crowds at the WNBA All-Star Game to facing felony drug charges just days later. Now, I was at the WNBA All-Star Game, and I thought her performance was amazing. Now, this contrast couldn't be more jarring. 1 minute, she's delivering a performance that had fans, myself, on their feet, and the next, she's dealing with a criminal justice system that seems more concerned with marijuana than armed robbery. Let me be crystal clear about something. GloRilla's performance at the WNBA All-Star Game was nothing short of spectacular. The energy that she brought to the arena was electric. You fast forward to her facing potential jail time over marijuana possession, while actual burglars who terrorized her home remain at large. Now think about this. They probably knew, because they put out all this publicity, that she was going to be performing there, right? So, oh, she's performing there, not going to be home. Something just doesn't add up, though, right? This incident of a robbery taking back seat to marijuana. Now, here's what went down. While she was away performing here in Indianapolis, armed intruders broke into her Atlanta area home. Someone staying at her residence actually fired shots at these intruders before calling police for help. Now, the burglars escaped with various items. This is a textbook armed robbery, a serious felony with potential for violence that puts lives at risk. When deputies arrived to investigate the break-in, they reportedly smelled marijuana instead of focusing entirely on these dangerous criminals who had just committed a home invasion, a robbery. They pivoted to obtaining a search warrant for GloRilla's property. The result? What do you think? They discovered marijuana in her master bedroom closet, and I don't really like to say master bedroom, gives connotation of slavery. So in her main bedroom closet, and subsequently charged her with possession. Now, she turned herself in and was released on a $22,260 bond. But meanwhile, these armed robbers who invaded her home, they're still at large. Think about that. So, it's just frustrating to me that marijuana that is legal in some states she's being punished with facing felony charges, and it was in her home. It's like this legal double standard. It's like this case highlights a troubling reality in our criminal justice system. The disproportionate amount of resources allocated to drug offenses compared to violent crimes. Here at my law office, I see this misalignment of priorities on a regular basis. I mean, consider this. An armed robbery, which is a class 2 felony. Now, I'm not an expert in Florida or Florida law, but it's a felony. A home invasion is a felony, and marijuana possession is often a misdemeanor. So, figure that out. Which crime received the most immediate? Which crime you would think would receive the more immediate attention, needing to get some of the people off the street? The violent home invasion or the marijuana? It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. And this isn't just a GloRilla problem or Atlanta problem. Here in Indiana, we've witnessed similar scenarios play out repeatedly. And the elected prosecutor in Marion County, has said he's not going to really prosecute people for simple marijuana possession, but then turn around and the state General Assembly and state legislature are saying, hey, we are going to try to take away that power to come and prosecute people for simple marijuana possession. Now, law enforcement resources, they're finite, although sometimes it seems like they're infinite. And when they're directed to prosecuting some kind of low-level drug possession versus trying to solve serious major felony cases, community suffers. Indiana's marijuana laws remain among some of the strictest in the nation. Possession of any amount of marijuana can result in misdemeanor charges, and possessing over 30 grams can be charged as a felony. And those penalties include up to a year in jail and fines up to $5,000. Meanwhile, our state clearance rates for robbery hover around 30%, meaning most armed robberies go unsolved. When police departments allocate significant resources to drug enforcement instead of violent crime investigation, inevitably it's going to receive less attention. The deeper question, what are we really protecting? The fundamental question this situation raises is about societal priorities. What poses a greater threat to public safety? A celebrity possessing marijuana in their own home, or armed individuals breaking into homes and threatening residents? Not that hard to figure out. The answer seems obvious, yet our criminal justice system sometimes suggests otherwise. This misalignment of priorities has real consequences. When communities see law enforcement aggressively pursuing non-violent drug offenders while violent criminals remain free, trust erodes, especially in communities where there are people that are traditionally marginalized, African Americans, Latinos, where they're actually going after them harshly and then letting other people remain free. People become less likely to report crimes. Like, why would she report another breaking into her house if she's going to get arrested herself? This makes neighborhoods overall less safe because people know, hey, they're not going to call the police. The lesson here is know your rights. From GloRilla's situation, if there's one thing this case teaches us, it's the importance of understanding your legal rights during police encounters and investigations. Let's break down some key points. During a police investigation, they need probable cause to obtain a search warrant. The scope of a search should be related to the original investigation. You have the right to remain silent and request an attorney. If you're facing charges, don't discuss your case with anyone except your attorney. Examine whether evidence was obtained legally. Question if police followed proper procedure. Those are some of the issues that we can take from her situation. Now, the bigger question is criminal justice reform. GloRilla's case isn't happening, like I said, in isolation. It's part of a national conversation about the criminal justice reform and the inequitable application of law enforcement resources, as you see with this attack on people that are undocumented, or, as been going on for a long time, people that are poor, people of color. Now, when it comes to marijuana, many states have recognized this imbalance and have taken steps to address it. 38 states have basically legalized marijuana in some form, and numerous jurisdictions have kind of deprioritized marijuana enforcement, or at least the possession of it, right? Like Indianapolis. And Indianapolis is one of those places where the prosecutor's office has kind of adopted a policy to focus resources on violent crimes. But Indiana as a whole has been slower to adapt. Like I said, our drug laws remain very strict, even when it comes to marijuana. So, when your rights are violated, if you find yourself in a situation similar to GloRilla's, where can one go for help? Remember, you do have legal options. You can contact us, contact an attorney, whether it's us or someone else, but know your rights and know how to protect yourself in those kind of situations. And that's your Nicholson Nugget of the day. Please be sure to like and subscribe.